In this lecture, we'll talk about navigating tasks, creating, and assigning tasks. Outlook comes with a built-in mechanism for handling all of your to-do lists, and it's called Tasks. To get to your task list, simply click the checkboard icon on the bottom navigation pane. You'll notice that as you hover over it, you can get a quick peek view at all your tasks, but I'm going to click on it to go directly into it. So as I get in here, as you see, I have a list. I have things that I have flagged for today and things I have flagged with no date. If I click on this, this will take me directly to the email. And I don't want to go to that email. I think we've set that up in a prior lecture. And then you notice that if we want to add a task, we simply click on the task over here on the left-hand side. And then we just click here to add a new task. And I'll add a personal task, pick up dry cleaning on way home from work. And then I can set a due date if I want, and so on. Another thing, I can go back to my to-do list. And then you'll notice that the pick up dry cleaning on way home from work gets added to my task list. Now, as far as creating and assigning tasks, there are a few ways to create tasks, and the level of detail that you want to add to each task is completely up to you. The easiest way to create a new task is to click inside the box labeled "Click here to add a new task." From here, you can simply type your task and hit the Enter key. And I'll do that. Set up materials for class. And I simply hit the Enter key, and you'll notice that my setup materials for class has been entered. Now, the task has been created, and you can continue to add new tasks. You can see your task here. I can right-click on it. I'll do that, and then I'll go ahead and mark it as complete. Or I can click Task on the left-hand side here and simply get a listing of just all of my tasks. And you'll notice the one that I marked complete has been crossed off the list. So, if I want to set up a new task, maybe from my home ribbon, then I can go New Task, and I can put in the subject, and I'll say pick up milk. And then here I can put in a start date and an end date. I'll go ahead and use today's date and the end date. And then I'll put a status of it has not started. I'll put it as in progress. And I'll say that we're about 25% complete. So I can go ahead and save and close. I can also assign tasks to, I can also assign a task to a new owner. So I'll say subject HCA 105, homework materials, to website. I can put a start date. Let's use maybe 3/7. Due date is maybe by the 10th. And I'm going to say it's not started. And I'm going to go ahead and assign this task to someone else. So I'm going to say assign task. And it comes up with a to box. And I'm going to put in my instructional designer. Oops. Didn't have my cursor in the right place. And on my to-do box, I'm going to type in Dan French's name. And I'm going to say, please, Dan, please add homework assignment to the website. And then I'm going to put a disclaimer here. This is a test for a lecture. And I'll say no action required. And then I'll go ahead and I'll simply send this. So that's a quick overview of how to set up tasks, create tasks, and assign tasks in Outlook.